man. This crew called Hoop Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Man, I'm here with my man with Hoop Jargon, the best in the game, man. And you know I only live selected few in my circle. And this is a real dude right here. We gonna get down with the get down.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Hoop Jargon back with another video. And man, we got a crazy show lined up. We're going to talk about NBA free agency. We're going to talk about some of the remnants from the draft, just perspective and insight coming up for this upcoming 22-23 basketball season. I've got a special guest in, a gentleman, you may have heard of him. That's going to be DJ Raw Cut Truth, man. Let's bring him on up here. DJ, what's the deal, my guy?
It's bowling season. Sorry, I had to do it. Shout out to LeVar, man. Shout out to LeVar. I knew that was gonna make you laugh, man.
He came in hot, boy.
This is about to be the show of the ages, man. Right here, nothing but NBA free agency talk. But Hoop, man, what the hell is going on with the New Jersey Nets? One playoff. Wait, they won one playoff series in 3 years.
Oof.
Hey man, Kyrie, KD are talented players, but man, I'm disappointed how things are going. I have to be honest. I saw KD's list. He's trying to go to every single number one seed known to man. I'm like, damn, man, this is the 2016 all over again. And Kyrie Irving, reports says he's trying to go to the Lakers. Now I'm gonna be honest, if the Lakers somehow get Kyrie and get rid of Westbrook respectfully, I'll sign up for that in a heartbeat. What you think?
Oh, well, you've let me hit the other early birds up before I get into it. I'm gonna cook on this. Mo in the building said, "What up, Hoop? H-Town in the house." Yes, sir, all day. And DJ's from H-Town too, man. So yeah, it's H-Town all around.
Oh yeah, Southwest, man, represent.
Yes, sir. And your boy, my guy NCCU Dog 98 says, "What up, Hoop? What's up, my man?" My Korean in the building says, "What's up, Hoop Jargon?" And DJ Ian Kid Podcast, two great up and coming YouTubers. They say, "Yo, y'all go follow them, man." And Andrew, my guy, always loyal to the channel, says, "I know it's summer league with that young man Chet looking real good, looking like KP, but with a more of edge and handle. I like that." And the man, the myth, the legend, Theo Waff in the building says trades Westbrook. So I'll leave it right there because that's where the hell I'm going. Listen, you listen to me. Bro, like I've been on this train forever. I've been called a hater. I've been called this. I've been called that. I've been called a third. I've been called everything besides the son of God for my take, and I ain't changing nothing. This dude has to go. I'm sorry, man. You can't keep showing me that you are unwilling to adapt, and I'm gonna keep thinking you're gonna do it. This man's about to be 34 years old in a few months. I'm just sorry, man. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Now defense is something that you can learn. So I'm not gonna say Darvingham was wrong to say that, he wants Westbrook to lead the defense and step up, but he gotta want to, man. Defense and rebounds is an effort situation. Meaning if you don't want to do it, it's not gonna just come to you naturally. Like you gotta work at it. And can you answer me this, DJ? What have you seen remotely close to DJ to Westbrook playing good defense in the past year or so?
Not even a zilch closeness, man. It's been a while. It's just when I see Westbrook play, he's trying to find his offense. He's trying to find a shot. He's taking ill-advised shots, and then the defense is withering away because he's so focused on trying to get his offensive groove going. And it's just not a good match at all. And Hoop Jargon, I got to give you credit. You called it, man. Me and others were trying to give Westbrook a chance, but it just didn't work out. I'm telling you right now, if they're trying to keep Westbrook and they're trying to sell Laker Nation about winning, there won't be winning enough. Even if they make the playoffs, they would not win as much as they should because of the turnovers, of the missed shots, the inefficiency. The one thing that's good with the Lakers is that they have not signed any free agent over 30. I was literally telling myself, let the church say amen. Because last year, the Lakers was so old, they were in the upper room. And that's the term I use. Yeah, sing it, brother. Sing it, man. Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
The upper room is a term I've coined of players who are maxed out, who are on the verge of retiring or past their prime, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lakers were old as dirt. They was not running full court; they were walking.
Mm-hmm.
They were whatever legs they had. I mean, God bless his soul, Carmelo Anthony, man. When he was forced to play defense, I mean, he was he gave a tooth in the nail, brother. But that's the things I saw, man.
Well, here's the thing, man. Again, being the resident Lakers fan, well, you're a Lakers fan too, so yeah. I saw the tea leaves early, and then when I saw this team get constructed, I was like, oh my God, we're about to become LA Cavaliers. And slowly but surely, that's what's seeming to be what's happening. And now the wild card is bringing in Westbrook because, again, like you said, he's more concerned about himself first because that's just the only way he knows how to play basketball. He doesn't sacrifice for the good of the team because only a true point guard knows how to do that, where I'm going to sacrifice my game early to get somebody else going, and then I know I'm going to get mine. You know who does a good job of that? I'm not the biggest fan of his, LeBron James. If you remember when they won the championship, or we won the championship 2 years ago, he deferred through AD all the time. He knew how valuable it was to take advantage of AD, and he fed him early. He fed him often. Whereas if you close your eyes, you couldn't see who the true MVP candidate was. Now we know LeBron was the leader, but I will give him credit. He was selfless enough to understand that to win, he had to get AD playing on a level that was beyond his natural ability, or at least what he's known himself to be in the NBA, which is an MVP caliber player, which is a championship caliber player. Because I mean, AD's never been out the first round, right? Before he got to the Lakers. So
that is true.
Yeah. So that's what, separates a cerebral basketball player than just a guy with ability. In my opinion, that's what Russell Westbrook represents, man. He's just a guy with a lot of ability, not a lot of nuance. And I'll die on that hill, man. I'll die on that hill, man.
Hey, Ian Kidd podcast says Westbrook is a stat chaser. He's not trying to play defense.
There you go,
man. We can't have multiple stat chasers on the damn team, man. Something got to change.
Facts. Facts.
I mean, dang, man. Hoop, I know you're not the biggest LeBron fan, but LeBron has more, number one, he's a better player than Westbrook. And even though his defense kind of withered because of age, of course, his offense, he did score 30 points a game. And most times he had to score a lot of those points because if he didn't, where the offense going to come from? That's why I like the moves they've made so far. 3-and-D, defenders who can shoot. They should have constructed this roster like this a long time ago, but there was bull stuffing. And I'm sure LeBron had to reflect to say, man, we did this wrong. We can't win with this old ass team.
Well,
golly.
He signed off on them old players though, DJ. We gotta acknowledge that.
Yeah, Carmelo is homie and everybody. I get that, but I'm talking about you know how the NBA is, hoop jargon, and you know how Rob Pelinka is. He'll let you pick your half of your favorites, and he'll pick his half. So it was an organization problem, and I'm sure LeBron had his friends, and that was to coincide what was happening. That what was wrong. I'm not just gonna put it on LeBron because I just know how Rob Pelinka is. He's not gonna let one person dictate all of the decisions. He'll let you give your half of the decisions of the roster, and he'll do his half. Do you agree with that, or you disagree?
Well, yeah, I mean, because Rob Pelinka was known as a shrewd agent, so he naturally is going to bring that same type of intensity to his position as being the general manager. So I'm with you. I still think that LeBron is his own entity via Clutch
Mhm.
Sports. And so I think their front office has to serve two masters. Rob Pelinka's his big ego, like you just mentioned, and LeBron James' huge ego. So it's a two-part harmony going on. And you know what? I mean, at the end of the day, it's gotten us a ring. You know, I just see that this is going to implode. I like some of the pickups, though, to your point.
Yeah.
Lonnie Jones, I like him a lot. Oh, Lonnie Walker, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, from the Spurs. He's got a
pickup.
great game. Very
That's a good
underrated.
pickup.
And
Absolutely.
that's the perks of Clutch. You can get them Clutch players for cheap. Because I thought Lonnie Walker was going to get a bigger bag than that. I was like, dang.
Yeah,
I
like
ain't gonna
6.5
complain.
million. Yeah, yes. But you know, I think when it comes to the Lakers, go ahead.
Bro, I got to say this. How in the hell did Cody Martin get more money than Lonnie Walker?
You know what? I thought immediately about that when you said that. That's immediately where my mind went.
I mean, I've seen Cody Martin. Cody Martin, I call this I label him a shadow defender.
Okay.
You know, the person that just hustles around and ain't really guarding nobody and getting cooked, but the fans and team like him because he's just moving around on defense, but he's really not shutting anybody down or just limiting their offensive possessions. What you think, bro?
I think that's, totally what he is. To me, he's a guy that he's a fly guy. Like you come in for a few years and you move him and you move him and you move him and you move him and you move him. That's crazy. He got a 3-year deal, didn't he?
No, 4-year deal. 8-year, $8 million per year, $32 million overall.
mercy.
And I'm like, man, you didn't even have to pay him that. That's the crazy
not a
part.
commitment.
Bro, there was not a lot of people willing to pay Cody Martin that much money. Gary Payton II, who was a better defender, by the way, is getting paid less than him. And he could really defend.
Yeah. Didn't he just go to Portland?
Yeah, he went to Portland, a team that wasn't winning because they were talking about, well, they had to pay Cody Martin like that because this is a small market and blah, blah, blah. Blazers are not winning anything, and they're a small market, and they traded CJ McCollum away.
That's
Uh,
fair.
So that's save the excuses. You didn't have to overpay no Cody Martin, and he's not going to be a starter.
That's fair.
So you give him $8 million off the bench to do nothing.
Yeah. For 4 years, though, the length of time is just killing me. Because, you know, they throwing bags at everybody these days, but 4 years of commitment, Lord have mercy.
And who jargon? I can cuss on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
I got
feel.
I got a new nickname for Cody Martin
What you
since he got paid $8 million a year, 32 overall, and he's coming off the bench, and he's doing the same thing that he's always done. I call him LN. You know what that means?
What's that?
Lucky nigga.
Yeah. Shout out to the lucky niggas out there.
Ooh, I ain't gonna hate on it, man. I'm glad he got that bag. I'm glad when all NBA players get that bag. But less responsibility. You come off the bench. You got enough guaranteed money. Man, that is a lucky brother.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're a lucky brother, man. And it's one of those things, man, where bad franchises make bad decisions, man. And that's just what always tends to happen. That's why some teams, no matter how hard they tank, no matter how much money they spend, they just kind of get stuck in a little vortex. New York Knicks, anybody. So, and we're going to talk about them. Let's just go ahead and let's just do it. I want to come back to Kyrie and KD, but since we're kind of organically going towards overpaying, what do you think about the Jalen Brunson situation, bro?
It was alarming what he tweeted, or not tweeted, but said to a reporter, which was, I think it was an A and B conversation. You know how leaks get out.
Yeah.
But he mentioned how Luka, how he has almost not all, but a lot of the offensive possessions for the Mavericks. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And he felt like he couldn't grow in Dallas, even though Dallas is a better team and playing with a star player, Luka Doncic. He sacrificed that to play with the Knicks. Now the Knicks, you should be happy with this move. The Knicks roster is normal. They're not great. They're not Charlotte Hornets bad right now, but they have pieces there, and they have a point guard that can run the system. and they got defensive players. This is finally his team, and that's what he wanted. And that's just the journey of a lot of NBA players. They'd rather be the guy than be in the shadow of someone else and just being a role player. So I can't hate him on his decision to go to the not Dallas, but New York Knicks. He's trying to carve up his own identity. I can't fault him for that.
No, I mirror that sentiment. I'm not mad at him at all. That's a lot of money to commit to a small guard, and you know me, I don't like small guards. I just think
that's one thing we got in common, Hugh Gardner.
Bro, I do not like small guards. It's just a cap on which the burden you can carry, man. You need defined roles. That's something we say all the time. You need defined roles, and the Knicks seem to be a smorgasbord of tweener guys. I just don't see how this is going to do anything. But I mean, you got to do something because nobody worth the damn is coming to the Knicks. So I mean, he's crafty. I like him. He's 6'1". He's probably more like 5'11". He's just a real compact guy. But I like how he's a smart basketball player, and I do like that about him. I just don't see how this fixes. So I would love to see him go to Miami and just do his thing with Miami. Of course, Miami can't afford to pay him what the Knicks are, but I think he's just that kind of guy who would be a ready-made point guard for a team with a lot of support around him, and he just can do his thing. But I mean, you know, he can make me and you both a liar. I just don't see it. And if me personally, I wouldn't give him that kind of money. That's a little much for me. It's a little, how the old school says, it's a little too rich for my blood.
Yeah, I'm not paying. You know how I roll. No undersized guards.
Yeah.
And my preference is tall guards. And nothing again. I mean, the last great one that was a small guard was AI. And I haven't seen
he was
AI.
flawed.
Well, defensively, yeah, but he was that dude offensively.
Well, let me give
you
you
had
a
that team. That team that he played on with Larry Brown when they went to the finals was perfect. Mm-hmm. Defensive oriented team, and they allowed AI to be himself to score at will. The only thing they needed to add for that team was a secondary scorer. Now, I don't think it would have made. Yeah, I don't think it would have made a difference though, because Shaq and Kobe were that team. He been that. I mean, that's how good the Shaq and Kobe Lakers were. The 76ers won that one game, and AI is known for that. And shout out to AI, he's a dog. But that's how good that team was.
I'm gonna give a little pushback to that, and my pushback is this. Now, that 2001 year was special. Like, I mean, you know, you'd be a fool to test that AI balled his ass off that year. My retort would be is that the way he played still handicapped his team because he was a two guard that couldn't guard the two. So that's why you had Eric Snow playing the one. So you had a lot of overall team defense, but you took away from that organicness. And Eric Snow is only 6'3". So again, small backcourt. So it's going to be very hard to beat a complete team with a small backcourt like that. So I just thought that team was destined to never win. And I mean, I know they won that classic game one. He stepped over Ty Lue, and you know everybody loves that part of the optic. But they got their doors blown off the rest of the season. It was a gentleman's sweep, and they never repeat that success. AI goes over to the Nuggets. That was supposed to be a great situation. Bore no fruit. He goes over to the Pistons after Chauncey Billups leaves. Bore no fruit. So AI, you know, as great as he was individually, he kind of had that same problem that Westbrook had, is that he's a one-act show. He didn't have the ability to conform and be a real point guard, and that's what eventually got him bounced out the league. He went to Memphis for a little spell, back to Philly, and he was done. So, you know, that's my only pushback with the greatness of AI, because it comes at a cost of your team dynamic, because the players are a little undersized and they got too much individual game. So that's why even with AI, I just don't like little guards, man.
No, you're right, man. You're right on that part. But AI, man, what he has done, just I know MJ is known for the popularity of the NBA for being what it is, but AI really took it to another level.
I agree.
We can't take that away from him. But one thing I want to bring up Brother, the Charlotte Hornets, man. What do you think about their free agency, their whole off season, man? It's just been, in my opinion, it's been trash. It's pathetic. What you think, bro?
What is it to talk about? Like, what have they done?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what they did do, potentially lose their second, arguably best player. I guess, no, I didn't go that far. The guy with the most synergy with LaMelo, that's what they potentially lost.
Yeah.
That's what they did this offseason. I don't know if Miles needed a Dez Bryant kind of, you remember they had that detail agent used to follow Dez around to make sure he didn't get in trouble?
Yeah, I remember that.
They probably should have did that with Miles, man, because, you know, and we won't go too much into that, but, you know, it was a domestic violence situation, and I don't know all the details, so I don't want to pass judgment on, I don't know what happened. But at the end of the day, you made a bad decision, and it might cost you your year. Did they even give an update about what the league is planning to do about that?
No, I've been looking for it. I don't know what they are trying to do, but I'm interested to see. Because, man, the evidence is out there. It's not looking good for Miles Bridges.
It's not, man. I hate it for that brother, man. I don't know all the details, so I always wait until I really cast my opinion because I got to see what all took place. Because remember Simmons' situation with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, everybody kind of jumped in first, and when facts start coming out, it looks a little suspect about what people initially thought. So I'll leave that there. Go ahead.
Yeah, and here's the reality though. But before anything comes out, more evidence is so pictures are out, right? And public perception.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, Miles Bridges put himself in a bad position.
Yes, he did.
Whatever happened, he should have walked away.
Yes, sir.
You got millions to get to take care of not only you, but your inner circle, your family, your inner family. And now it looks like it's going to be squandered away because of one decision not to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's tough too, but shoot, I don't like to compare situations, but trust me, if I was in a situation like that and I had an argument or whatever and I'm about to lose my cool, I'm walking away. I'm not costing myself millions of dollars.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll call the homies to escort me out of a situation. I'm like, hey man, y'all gonna pick me up, man.
That's facts. Well, the reality is, man, you got too much to lose, man. Like, and I'm sure, I don't know that woman from a can of paint, but I'm sure she don't bring in annually what Miles Bridges does. So you gotta. It's almost like overstanding the situation. Like the woman could have been 100% in the wrong, but like you said, with public perception, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you a 6'8" guy who retaliated, and how the optics look. And I say this because in my own personal life, I've had about 3 women put hands on me before. Never swung back. Now I've grabbed and displaced them, like, you better get the hell off me. But I've never swung because I just keep thinking in real life, I'm 6'7", 240 pounds. Now I probably wasn't 240 at the time, but how would it look if I retaliated against a girl a lot smaller than me, man? It wouldn't land favorably. So it's you just gotta have prudence, man. You gotta overstand the situation. And unfortunately, Miles not doing that may cost him. Now, I don't know, excuse me, if it go as far as his freedom, but his livelihood may be jeopardized big time from this point forward, man.
Yeah, man, I hate it, man. I hate when people put themselves in those bad situations. And shout out to Macrina Daniel. I see you, my sister. Rap God in the building.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about Rap God. He'll be at the streams, man.
Well, he gonna fact check the hell out your ass too.
Yeah. My dog Rap Guy, he be in the streams, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
My God, man. He one of my original supporters, man, of the channel, man. So yeah, Rap Guy been around forever, man. Yeah, salute to him.
Hey, he got every stream he be on, he got say so.
Yeah.
He on there, he on there supporting. Look at him laughing, man. He on there supporting, man. I don't ever have to worry about Rap God not showing up on any of my videos. He gonna show up, and the only time he don't show up is if somebody else who I'm cool with is live, which is cool. But yeah, man, shout out to Rap God, man.
Salute. So now we talked a little bit about the Miles Bridges situation. Now we also off camera talked about Miles Bridges. Well, see, I don't even know if it's on the table anymore. But a week ago it was about should a guy like DeAndre Ayton come over to the Hornets? How realistic is that now, man? What's going on?
It don't look realistic. It's realistic to do. Let me say it like this: it's realistic to do, but the Hornets usually don't do the realistic thing. They don't believe in their organization and are cheap. The Suns are clearly trying to get rid of DeAndre Ayton. And the Hornets have a way to make moves. Now, they traded Jalen Duren to the Knicks that went to the Pistons. Mm-hmm. And they got draft picks. They may not be too high, but they got a couple of firsts and they got a couple of second. You use those draft picks and you get rid of Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier. They will take them. Now, you got to take the back end of the contract to sweeten the deal, but it's okay because when their contract is up, LaMelo's contract is in time. Mm-hmm. See, it's chess, not checkers. And the Hornets fail to do that. They could actually make the move if they use their brains for once. Mm-hmm. It's possible. If you put all the draft picks and you give them Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier, strengthens depth on the team. Mm-hmm. Even though I may have gripes about Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward, if Gordon Hayward's healthy, he's a solid player. Mm-hmm. That is true. Not Miles, but Rozier, you could at least get some scoring besides Devin Booker. So you add that. I just think it's possible for them to make that move, but will they? I don't think they will. They're too scared to make big moves, and they're cheap as hell.
Yeah. I mean, being cheap, man, is going to get you so far in life, man. You have to spend a little bit. Now, sometimes you have to be frugal. You got to be responsible. We've seen teams like San Antonio thrive like this. We've seen teams like OKC actually do well under the cap. But sometimes you gotta plunge a little bit. But we've seen some teams that plunge a little too much, like my Lakers, like the Knicks. So you got to find that healthy balance in between the two ideologies. And I think Charlotte has to understand, to your point, that you got a rare future franchise guy, well, current franchise future superstar in LaMelo. So you have to give him the ancillary pieces to start to build and go forward, because what's going to happen is when they see that culture you guys have started, guys are going to want to take a tax or a money break and come over and play with him. That's eventually what's going to happen. That's the residual effect of you being aggressive or you putting the right pieces around him, because people are going to see that, hey, I like that, I want to play with that, because that guy just has that infectious type of game that he's just going to do that up the road. And shout out to Jonte Grace, man. Up and coming YouTuber as well, man. He plays the game. So if y'all like to watch games, man, y'all hop on his stream, man. He's a good brother, man. Appreciate you stopping through, man. It's your first time I see you on the stream, man. Good to see you, bro. But yeah, man. So we can land the plane on Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte they got to just step up, man. They got to step up and act like a real franchise, in my opinion, man. Any closing thoughts you got before I want to go back to this KD thing, because I think we got so much more we left on the bone on that one.
Oh yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah, you got anything else on the Charlotte situation? He's over there cooking, man.
Yeah, man, MJ's a great player, greatest player of all time by a lot of folks. Some people think Kareem, but as an owner, he's terrible. He's terrible, man. I feel bad for LaMelo. And
hell no. I ain't about to let you come in. You came in and built him up and told that boy.
Hey, man. I mean, I had I pulled off hey, that's the crap that Stephen A. be doing. That's why I knew you was gonna laugh at that, because Stephen A. Smith is the main person that come around there. There's a great man, a great father, a respected person in the community, but He gotta stay off the weed.
That's so true. I love Chris Bosh is a guy I love affectionately. This is a guy who I would call a brother. But Chris Bosh, you know, he always does that same setup, man. It is hilarious because you know it's coming. But go ahead, bro. I couldn't let you slide with that. That was hilarious.
I know, man. I figured he was gonna roll off laughing at that. But man, he's terrible. And LaMelo Ball, man. If I'm LaMelo, and I want to hear your input on this.
Okay.
I was thinking long and hard. You know, the end of his rookie contract, he got a decision to make, and I'm sure they're going to try to give him a $250 or more $1 million contract. He got to think long and hard, because when you sign that paper, because I know it's a lot of money, but when you sign that paper, the Hornets can do whatever they want because they have you on contract. So if all I gotta say, I ain't trying to count on, you know, I never count on brothers' pockets, but hey man, this Hornets team is operating backwards. They're not building around you. They didn't give you the keys. We're still figuring out if he's going to have the number 1 jersey. A bunch of crap is happening. Mm-hmm. And I just hope, there's some smart decisions made. They got to think long and hard, man. But $250 million, that's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
That's a lot of that's a lot of change, bro.
Yeah, it is. But do you want to be in a horrible situation? Can you wait a year? That's the thing. Can you wait a year? Can you ask for a trade if it gets wrong? What you think?
You know, it's interesting because LaMelo, well, before I get to that, let me shout out my guy Between the Game Sports, man. He said, we here on the road back to the H listening already, man. Appreciate you, man. Y'all sub to my guy Between the Game Sports, my high school teammate, man. His channel bigger than mine. So y'all go over there and holler at my boy Will. So what I think that LaMelo is a guy that was raised to be different. So most guys re-up on their rookie contracts. I would not be surprised if he just pulled a reverse out the parking lot and just said, "No, I'm good." It would not surprise me. And in all actuality, it may be the best move for his career, given the dysfunction of the Charlotte Hornets. So, I think it's highly unlikely. But if he did, I wouldn't be surprised at all, bro. Because again, that's probably the best thing to do, if we're being honest.
Right. Well, now I think I was correct. He has to wait a year to really be a flat out free agent, right? Not an unrestricted, or is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, because if there's other avenues where I can make dough, and if I was in LaMelo's situation, and if my organization is treating me like crap, I'm either asking for a trade, saying this ain't gonna work, or wait for the end of the year to make the decision to go to a different team. Yep. I don't mind LaMelo staying in Charlotte if they're trying to build around him, but I don't see it. They're too stubborn. They're too cheap. Because everybody's talking about, you just saying that because you want LaMelo to play in a big market team. Man, I don't give a damn if he plays in Toronto. I just want him to play on a team that can utilize his skill set and stop bullshitting around. Mm-hmm. So that's the problem with the Hornets. They're so happy with the damn role players, they forget the star that they have on their damn roster.
Okay, Andrew got it listed out pretty well. He says he would still be a restricted free agent if he declined an extension. Best thing to do would sign a 1-year deal after completion of his deal to be unrestricted. Okay, so that would be very shrewd. Any on the Clutch Sports too?
No, he's signed with Puma, and Puma is affiliated with. He's not with Clutch because Lonzo's with Clutch. Damn, what is he?
I thought all three boys were there. Okay, he must have switched.
No, he ain't with Clutch. Chat, who's representing LaMelo Rock Nation. Yeah, I knew Rock
Rock
Nation.
Nation. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So maybe there's that. Maybe they're shrewd like that over there. So we shall see. Sweatbox says dysfunction would at least be worth it in NYC making that money. Yeah, you pay them taxes too, though. So making that work in the building. Hey, one thing come with the other over there, especially out here in California too. Shit. Oh yeah, okay. Everybody's on that. Okay, so yeah, we slow. So yeah, so man, Hornets, man, you guys gotta do better by LaMelo, man. You got a Ferrari just sitting in the lot, man. You gotta buff that thing up, man. You gotta put some nice gloss on it, man, because that thing ready to roll, man. Let's see. So I want to go back to the KD thing. So Justin Singer just said, it seems like KD only wins rings when he's a part of a team and already established culture rather than him being the face of a team. Only place he got one was the Warriors. What do you think about that statement about KD?
Man, I'm amazed with his skill set, his offensive skill set. He's a talented player. But that list I saw, I was like, come on, brother. Suns.
Yeah, that's rough, dog.
Come on, man. I just couldn't rock with that, man. I'm gonna be very honest with you, man. Because I didn't want, you know, when you respect the player's game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't want the theme of a player to be, oh, he wants to join great teams. He doesn't want to build his own. Mm-hmm. And it's looking like it's going to be that way because of that. And KD's going to have that label if he does it again. That ring he has from the Warriors, even though he won those rings, people are still talking about you had to join the team.
It's true.
And I think KD is probably best offensive scorers of all time, flat out.
Absolutely.
Pure offense. He can score any era. He's that great. But I hate that those decisions are affecting just how people view him. Because I think KD's a dog. It's just a sad situation, bro. I ain't gonna front.
It is, man. And I made a video about this the other day. I'm share screen right now, so you can see on here where I said KD has probably sealed his fate. So one thing I do is I'm objective, man. KD happens to be my favorite player. Now I know on this channel I pick on James Harden a lot because I just think he's one of the most overrated superstars I've seen in a long time. I pick on Westbrook a lot, but I can't not pick on KD because I said in the video, I was like, dude, if you leave, you got to know, man, your reputation is done. Your reputation is done. And do not go to the Warriors under any circumstance, bro. Because, I mean, whether the critique is fair or not, like you said, like you don't want no dog of a player being labeled as a team hopper, like he's scared of smoke. Because I know that's not true. But perception, going back to what you said about not PJ Watson, Miles Bridges, perception is reality to a lot of people, man. And I just think if he did that, oh my God, he would never hear the end of it. Now, if he was that kind of person who just didn't care, man, rock out, do what you do. But he clearly cares, bro. How do we know this? Making these burner accounts, going and arguing with fans all the time. He cares. Always cussing out some media entity on a podcast or something. He cares. So, bro, if you care, man, like you gotta start getting in front of these things. You can't let circumstance keep smacking you in the face, man.
Bro, it's a good thing that the Most High didn't bless me with elite athleticism. I'm talking about elite to make it to the pros. Because if I had that talent, I'll make one statement and it ended all for the haters. I said, I don't really care what the media says about me because I'm better at life than them. And they know what they can say, whatever they want. I'm getting paid more than them. I'm blessed by the Most High. They could say I'm the worst person in the world. I don't really give a damn. I'm gonna still get a check to play sports, but they get paid to talk, and I still get paid more than them. And I'll drop the mic like that. They're lucky. I didn't get. Yeah. If I was in the position, I'll end it like that, and I won't have to say anything else.
That's pretty much what LeBron told people after he lost. He said, "Y'all gotta go back to y'all personal problems."
Man, he said it at the wrong time. He said it when he lost, man.
He did that.
That's the difference, man. That ain't look right when you get your tails whooped by a team that you should have beaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that at the wrong. No, LeBron needed to say that like before the season. To say it, let it be known.
Agreed. And to kind of bring it back to your sentiment, yeah, I mean, I think KD just needs thicker skin, but he also, with 33, 34 years old, he is who he is. He's never going to change. That's what KD's always going to be. And it is what it is. But I think to the point of what everybody's been saying, they do have the game, or they got the personnel on that team, and they're slowly building. The Knicks just brought in, TJ Warren, and they brought in, forget the other brother name. He's a tweener, tweeners, but it looks like they're trying to go in the right direction. And I think with the personnel, I think if Ben Simmons, man, is 80% of what he was before he went crazy, that's a good team with Kyrie and stuff. I don't know why they're trying to bail right now. So I always try to, what I've been saying the past week is like, I want to reserve full judgment, because I want to know, like, maybe is it like poor communication going on in the front office or whatever? Because nobody really gives Sean Marks any smoke. Nobody gives Steve Nash no smoke, and Steve Nash is a horrible coach in my opinion. So I really wonder if the other parts of the thing is why Kyrie and KD are kind of just out on the situation, and not so much the fact that they got to go through, other teams like the Bucks, like the Heat, like the Celtics. I don't think they're afraid of competition per se. I think it may be more that they're just done with their franchise, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, man, it's that whole Nets situation is sad because they had that team that could have won it all. Remember the game, the year that the Milwaukee Bucks won. KD was a foot away. His foot was almost like away from the line.
Literally.
If he would have made that three. No, if he would have made that three with the foot behind the line, the Nets would have won it all. Because the Suns, they weren't going to beat them.
Agreed.
That was their best chance to make it. That would have changed everything. I guarantee you, if the Brooklyn Nets would have won that championship, Kyrie and KD would still be a Brooklyn Net. Well, they technically still are now, but you get what I mean.
Well, I'll tell you this too, DJ. KD would have got so much credit because James Harden, if you remember, he was laboring that series. He had that hernia problem or whatever it was, hamstring.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like a decoy out there. So if KD would have pulled that off, man, KD would have went to God status, man, as far as his NBA legacy. And it's just so funny. A toe changes, and here we are a year later. Here we are now. Ain't that a B?
Exactly, man. They had to carry James Harden, man. I'm like, dang, everything always happens with James Harden.
Boy, he just James Harden is James Harden, man. What can you say? That dude is again, he ain't my favorite guy, but he still is a guy who, if you break it down, he had a tremendous run when he was elite, and that can't be taken away from him. I just wouldn't trust him to lead my team personally, but he had a hell of a run, man. He had a hell of a run, so we can't take that away from that brother. Now, speaking of these guys, they've been rumored to go to LA, man. Like, so what likelihood do you see Kyrie or KD going to the Lakers, bro?
Not KD. I don't think that will happen.
They've been saying it.
Yeah, I don't think that will happen. I think the Kyrie thing is most likely, but if they do get Kyrie, plus the Lakers don't even have enough to get both of them or even get KD. But they have a better chance of getting Kyrie. If they get Kyrie, they're going to get instant offense. I think Kyrie will play with more of a purpose because his mentor, Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant, that is, played on that team. And he would love to do nothing more than to make Kobe proud. So
absolutely.
I think that will be probably the best thing for Kyrie. because he doesn't want to let Kobe down. So
maybe you'll get his mind right, because like, and I said this in a few videos, that Kyrie is a man of many passions, man. He has a lot of interests that he puts his thoughts to, his mind to, and what have you. Now, some of them ain't got a damn thing to do with basketball, and that's what pisses a lot of people off about Kyrie. But you know, it is what it is. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. I have no problem with Kyrie being different. I'm a Gemini, so I understand the Kyries and the Kanye's to a T, especially Kanye because he's a Gemini. Tupac Shakur was a Gemini. He didn't know what movie he was gonna make. Shout out to the late great Tupac Shakur. So that's what a Gemini is. He's a brother that's very different. For those who don't understand him, it may not look right. But I understand them, even if I agree or disagree. And yeah, I just believe him going to the Lakers is going to unlock that fire, that extra fire within them to be like, it's go time, let's win it. And wouldn't it be something if the Lakers win it with Kyrie Irving?
You talk about a reputation facelift. Lord have mercy.
They can't say anything to him. He can do whatever he wants.
Absolutely. You can be like, weird is the new normal. It's like, you know, a lot of guys probably
brother, it ain't weird. It's just he's just different. And he has his own way of things. Some people may call it weird or what, but he's himself. That's just what I retort that.
It's a lot of different motherfuckers who weird as hell. So I mean, you know, I get it. Because to your point, who can call who weird? But I mean, the word does exist. So just
right. Hey, whatever floats your boat, man.
Yeah. Somebody weird to somebody in the world, but I totally understand what you mean. I really hope says players get more slander for sure. If you leave the team, you chasing rings, but if you stay, you don't care about winning. Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless is the reason KD went to the Warriors. Now, there may be something to that with being punked by the media to make a decision that isn't organic, meaning something that you don't really want to do, but you're doing it to shut people up and then, like, quote unquote, do the right thing when the right thing is what's in your heart. So there is some merit to that statement. I gotta go with you on that. I really do. What do you think on that take?
Wait, say it again. My Wi-Fi kind of dipped in and out.
Okay, now he was just saying that basically. I'll reread his comment.
Is it right?
Players,
okay.
Yeah.
Players now get more slander for show, and if you leave the team, you're chasing rings. But if you stay, you don't care about winning. Stephen A. Skip Bayless, the reason KD went to the Warriors. Now, no matter what a grown man says, he didn't have to do it if he didn't want to. But
true story.
But that added into it, of course. But here's the thing about any athlete: if I give them advice, I would tell them, man, who gives a damn what the national media says? You winning that life. You're getting paid. You providing for your family, man. I'm telling you, if I was a pro, I'd be like, F them. Hell, they're not playing my sport. They're not grinding like I'm grinding. So who cares what a Stephen A. or Skip Bayless would say? That's the mindset I would have had.
Yeah, but then everybody ain't built the same.
Right. Yeah, my family's like, man, we don't really care what the outside says. We only care about what we think. That's just how I was raised.
That's how it should be. In a perfect world, man, everybody would, you would march to your own drum. You know how it go, man. If y'all, anybody in the chat listening to Chronicles of Judah, man, is having a ruling class mentality. And that's basically you are the progenitor of your own reality. You make your own, you create your own, you view things how you want to view them, not so much. Now, it's good to be self-aware. I preach that all the time on this channel. But you shouldn't be so self-aware that you care so much about what people do that it affects what you do when that's not in your heart. That's not what you're made of. That's not your discipline. That's not your structure. And I think when you let those lanes merge too close together, you may lose scope. And I think it's just real important to make sure those lanes both go parallel to each other so you can be nice on the nice and easy instead of lanes intersecting and going all haywire, if that makes sense. I want to say this too. I really hope you said championships and all that legacy talk is overhyped. Secure the bag is the main goal. I agree that securing the bag is, but I vehemently disagree that championships and legacy don't matter because they do. Because when you play at such a high level, your bag is, you're pretty much set for life. You don't just blow your money. So you're not trying to stay out the poorhouse per se. You're making money that 99.9% people on this planet don't make. So if we just keeping things in perspective, it ain't like you going broke. So if you care enough about your career, you should care about your legacy, but that's what's going to carry you past your playing days. So again, you shouldn't be in that mentality so much that you're not enjoying what you're doing. But at the same time, you should be cognizant of that, because that's, again, what's going to lead you to your after career. Because when you can't hoop it no more, you'll do appearances, you'll do commercials, you'll do this off of what you did, and your legacy does write the ticket to cash that check later.
Yeah. Yeah, legacy does play a part, man. I'll be a fool to say it doesn't, man. You play to win the game. Shout out to Herm Edwards. You play to be a champion.
Play to win the game.
So that comes with
That's a great quote.
I mean, it comes with the territory. But Hoop, man, I want to thank you for having me on the show, brother.
Absolutely.
Kicking in knowledge, talking about sports. Not about the same stuff. And it was fun to do this. We need to do this again, bro.
We do, man. Again, this is like we kicking old school, man. And now before we depart, me and DJ used to hop on what's that shit called, Skype, and pre-record a show and throw it on YouTube.
Bro, we was hustling on YouTube, man.
Hustling on YouTube.
Hey, get the watch time hours up. Got the watch time hours up. Just record it. Load it for 30-something minutes.
And the funny part is, then we used to start show. We used to mess up, and then we had to start over. And then because we done like 10 minutes, and we ain't record at the right time. Like, hold on, brother, we got to start over. You're like, damn, we just said all that shit already.
Oh, remember that time? I was like, wait a minute, we talked for like 15 minutes, and then we forgot to push the record button.
Yeah,
that was funny, man.
It's the good old days, man. The good old days. Well, I appreciate you coming through, DJ. Again, we got to do these more often. Thank y'all for the chat, man. Y'all kept it popping the whole time, and that keeps us going. So, y'all subscribe to DJ if y'all have not done so already. Hit
the like button. Share this video throughout all social media platforms. Hoop Jargon, independent media, very independent. Man. Wait a minute, I see you change your name, Hoop Jargon Media Network.
I did.
I'm like, man, making moves. I see you, brother, making moves, man.
Man, I'm doing it for real, man. I've been covering, a few events, the draft, the Super Bowl. I'm gonna try to get to the Summer League, and so, man, we're gonna do it for real over here, man. So I gotta look the part while I'm doing the part. So Hoop Jargon Media Network is how we rocking, man. So yeah, I appreciate you peeping that out. So that's all we got on the show, guys. We'll keep it under an hour because I got to go to work. I know DJ got stuff to do. Again, if you have not hit that like button, please do so. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you want to support the product, you got C Franks 11 down on the Cash App. I will never stop you from doing that if you enjoyed what has been going on. Thank y'all so much, guys, for being super active. Thank y'all for being you say you play to get paid. Yeah, you do, but you also play for pride, because having a guy who played Division I basketball, I played for just more than the scholarship, bro. I played because I wanted to be recognized amongst peers for playing good. So it's a little more than that. It's a little more than that.
And that's why I said both comes with the territory, to get paid and to get, because if you just get into the league only to get paid, but not even trying to be somebody, then you're just wasting time. Usually those type of players don't last in the league. They be in there about 5 years at that.
Yep.
Because the passion.
Your peers don't respect you. Yep, and your peers don't respect you. So it's a slippery slope with that mentality, bro.
Yeah, you better not go in no locker room not trying because you only there. I'm just here to get paid. You bet, man. They'll chase you out of that locker room so fast. They tell the owner and the GM, hey, we can't get these type of players on our roster, man. Yeah. F that.
You don't want that kind of stink on you as a player, man. Trust me. You don't want that kind of stink on you.
They'd be like, man, I'd rather be surrounded by G League players and be with bums who don't.
Oh, yes, sir.
Take this game seriously. That's how they are.
Absolutely.
And me and Hoop Jargon, we know a couple people who are in the pros, man. And we don't brag too much about it, but they had that mentality like, hey, man, yeah, they trying to get the bag, but they trying to be somebody. Even if they may not get to a level like an all-star or a superstar in the league, they're trying.
Facts. Because if you don't, go ahead.
No, finish what you're saying.
No, I'm saying if you don't, man, you're going to end up in them situations like how Jimmy Butler did, Karl-Anthony Towns and Wiggins. When he basically calling them out for being weak. You never want a story like that to get out where he took the third string guys and they beat the starters when he was in Minnesota. It doesn't feel good to be on the receiving end or something like that, man. So it's a little more buy-in than just getting paid. You got to go out there to actually earn the respect of your peers, bro.
Exactly, man. Well, thank you, Hoop, for having me on the show. I'm about to roll. You have a blessed day, everybody. Hit the like button, share this video. There should be 30 likes on this joint, even more. But
there you go.
I'm out.
All right, man. Peace, DJ. Peace, everybody. And we're going to have Kendrick Perkins take us home. Thank y'all for being a part of this stream. Till next time, Hoop, I'm out.
Peace. Shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. I'm going to add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's going to grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon.